Okay, I just want to go over the steps to follow in using the ATEM Mini Extreme switcher. Okay, so first of all, you want to turn on the streaming computer. You want to make sure that the media computer is turned on, and this needs to be running Proclaim. Whoever is running this needs to do that also. So that's ready to go. Now, you also need to then turn on the, this switch here to the side with the reset button, and that will give power to the switcher and to the TV monitor. Then you need to take this remote control for the TV monitor and turn that on. Okay, your computer screen should be on. You do the login on the streaming computer. Okay, and now these different things are setting up. Okay, so once that is good, you also need to make sure all the cameras, video cameras, are turned on. Okay, I'm going to actually set up the media computer here to be able to show something here on the screen. Okay, so I'll start that from where I want it to be. You could press on air here if you like, or you can also press, if you start somewhere else and you press Shift F5, that will put it on air and start wherever you select. Okay, that's in Proclaim on the media computer. That's just so you can have your signals. Now we're going back over to the monitor, and you take the remote control for the monitor and click OK to select camera. Camera will come on, and you'll see one of the cameras that is selected in terms of the on the switcher. This is camera number 1. Okay, so once we have that, then we need to go to the streaming computer, and you want to select this icon here. That is, this one is Blackmagic software control, and open that up. When that opens up, you will be able then to see the controls for the software. You want to go up to File and then Restore. When this screen opens up, you want to go on down to ATEM Extreme Current. Okay, there may be different numbers behind it. When that you select that, then a new screen will come up here, and you want to go to select Restore. Okay, when that happens now and you select Restore on the monitor, you'll see several things. Each camera will be shown: camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4. You will also see camera 5, super source, media player 1 and media player 2. You'll see program, you'll see stop and off, and you'll see a black square and the sound levels. Okay, so now you see each of these screens shown here. And the way this works is if you select a number here, it will select that camera. So if I select camera 1 here, camera 1 should show on the screen. Okay, so the way this works is whatever number I select here, the big numbers, will select the camera. So if I select camera 1 will show on the screen. If I select camera 2, it changes the setting. Okay, the cameras are the previews. Camera 1 is the left, camera 2 is the middle, camera 3 is the far right in the balcony, camera 4 is what we use for lower thirds only lower thirds, okay? And camera 5 is the media computer. Right now it's running some of the announcements, okay? Super source is a mix of a screen from camera 5, which is the media computer. If there's a picture going on and the speaker is showing an illustration, you want super source, because it shows camera 2, which is the middle camera, and you got to give them instructions for the middle camera and what to do. and you'll see the picture right next to it. It's changing right now because I'm running some key things. Media one is a background picture, but if you select that, it will fill the screen. Okay, and camera two is another. If you a media two, if you select that, it will select the screen. So these program is what is live. Okay, that's the big one to the top right. Stop is for recording, and the one that says off, that's recording, and you want to record the whole service. Okay, and then off is when you're doing on air for broadcasting from YouTube to YouTube from the switcher. Here are the levels of the sound, and the most one you want to be concerned about is mic one, to make sure that that is not to the top of the red, because that way it will clip and it will be distorted. Okay, so that's the monitors. Each of the cameras correspond to the camera numbers here. Okay, so now we've got things set up, and I want to show you how to select. So if I select number 2, it selects the middle one. Number 3, it goes to the far right, up in the thing. This is number 2, number 1, 2, 3. If I go to camera 4, right now there are no lower thirds. Camera 5 will be the pictures that are showing right now as announcements. So if I show that, it shows up in the monitor. So whenever there's like children's story, or whenever there is you want a full screen picture of anything, and videos that are being shown that you want to show the whole thing, select camera 5. Okay, right now announcements are rolling, so the camera 5 would be the way to go to show full screen in the program, or in on the air. Okay, anytime. So that's what these are for. Now, in order to select super source, there is a little button right here that says S, right here, S/SRC. If you select that, see it's lit right now, that is super source. Notice the super source is now in the program. Here's the super source. It shows a camera down there, and you can have it's cropped though, and then you can have the person that is on camera 2 zoom in to make it center it the way you want it, and then next to that will be whatever picture is being shown on camera 5. So it's a mix of camera 2 and camera 5 side by side. Okay, that's what super source is. So super source button is just like one of these buttons down here. You can select camera 1, it will go back to camera 1. If I select super source button, it goes back to the mix side by side. So if the pastor is preaching and he is showing a picture as an illustration, you want to go to camera, tell the camera 2 that they're hot and live, and then you click super source and make sure that they focus in the middle, because what you see is cropped. So it will not, the person that's operating that camera does not know where the cropping is. So you need to guide them so that they will zoom in the way that you want it. Okay, so that's for super source. Now, if I choose another camera, let's say camera 2, notice it just takes super source off. So super source is like one of these buttons down here, just that it is a small one to the top right there. Okay, it's lit right now, SSRC. Okay, a media player 1 is this one here, and that will fill the screen with that picture, which is media player 1. Media player 2, right below here, will fill it. See MP1 and MP2. This is MP2. That will go right there, and that will fill it with that picture. That's what's in there right now. Okay, so now, so if we are doing, let's say, Bible verses or something like that, where there are lower thirds in this program here on the media, the way it's going to be set up is that the lower thirds, you'll notice it just shows up automatically in the bottom, and this one is timed, so it's not going to stay on very long, but I'll go back and put it back on again. The lower thirds were, this is the lower thirds for the welcome. It shows up in camera 4 as lower thirds, but it automatically shows up in the program screen, which is hot. Okay, so it makes it easier. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, now the other thing I want to talk to you about is when we are ready to I want to show you how to record. The way you record is you need to make sure that this button right here in the top left where it says mic 1 on, that on button has to be on. If that's not on, there will be no sound. So right now it's default set to be on. But if you can't have any sound in the stream, the first thing you want to check is making sure that that on button is on, because that's the sound coming from the soundboard. Okay. Now, in the software control, the on-air button here for the next transition should be on, and that's the default when you load it in the Blackmagic settings in Restore. Okay. Now the other thing I want to share is this: we are going to stream to YouTube from the switcher, and we're going to stream to Facebook from vMix. Okay, so to stream from the switcher, all you got to do is press on air right here to start the stream, and then off right underneath it to stop it. It will automatically start, and you will see that box lit with the data rate. Okay, now the other thing you need to do is to open up vMix right here. It's this icon right there, and vMix will open up, and we will use vMix to stream to Facebook. Okay, you're not going to have to do much in vMix. When you open vMix, here's what you do: you go to File, or you go to Open rather, and when you open, you want Capital City Live Facebook 2 BM Extreme. Double click that. A little window will come up, and then you click Open. When that happens and it loads it in just a moment, you will see this little window down here, Blackmagic Design Extreme. If I change the picture in the switcher, if I change a number, watch this, the stream changes. Okay, if I go to 2, it will change. 3, it changes. If I go to 5, it changes. Okay, to whatever. So this little box here, it has to be green audio lit, and you will see the sound levels coming up for that input. In addition, you must have this picture in the top right screen. How do you get that? There's only 2 right now in here, blank, and there's the Blackmagic. The blank is already selected here in the preview screen to the left, and the Blackmagic to the right. So what happens if you press any of these buttons in the middle, it will take whatever is on the left and move it to the right, and move what's on the right to the left. So if I do cut, this will go black, and the picture over here will go to the left. Normally, the way the settings are, if I press cut again, it goes back. The way the settings are, Blackmagic is already set to be in the output screen to the top right. So you shouldn't have to deal with that. And you should see a sound bar in the middle with the sound. Okay? If you don't see that, just double check to make sure the green auto light is on the Blackmagic Design Extreme box. Okay? Now, in order to start the stream for Facebook, all you need to do is go down to the bottom of the screen and select Stream, and to the right of it, there's a little triangle. Click on that triangle. It will show you the 2 stream options. If you select just the stream button, it will stream to both YouTube and Facebook. At this point, we're not doing both, because we're going to stream to YouTube from the Blackmagic Extreme. We're only going to do Facebook. So you can, when you select this little arrow, you can select Stream to Facebook, and it will start streaming to Facebook. When it starts streaming, okay, I have to double click it. When notice the stream button got lit, and at the top it comes red. Okay, I'm gonna end it right now. I gotta end it. Okay, it's a window comes up. I click the stream red button at the bottom. Press stop. It says yes. Okay, so that's the way it works. So to stream just to Facebook, you click this right here and double click the Facebook one. Okay, and when you double click that, at the top you'll see the red light that says stream that I just showed you, and it will tell you stream 2. Okay, so that's the way to do the streaming. And once that starts, you can minimize this for the service and let it run. Okay, and you can maybe just focus on the ATEM control if you need to. Okay, another issue is if you find that the sound is too loud in the stream, click the audio at the bottom here of the Blackmagic software, and you bring this window up. Go to mic 1, and in this button here, there's a slide bar. You can click this and drag it down a little bit, and it will adjust the sound and make it softer. Okay. If you see that the sound is too high or too loud over here on the multi-view screen in the bottom right, where the mic 1 is just peaking and staying up in the red, you can lower it in the software control software. If you click audio and you go to mic 1 and you come down to this right here and you lower this, it's at 51 right now. If I click and drag it, negative 51, it's going to get softer. But you do it in small increments, so you can just do it little by little and watch it. Okay? All right. So when the stream is over, you have to press off on the Blackmagic switcher to stop the YouTube stream. Then you need to go back and open vMix, right? And press the stream button. It will be red when it's streaming. You press it, and a little window will say, open up to ask you if you shot the stream, and you click OK or yes, and that will stop it. And then you can close down vMix, and then you can shut everything down. All right, this is Pastor K, just sharing this information with you, and God has blessed us, and we're gonna have fun in operating our video here at Capital City Technology Department. God bless.